All right, we've almost made it through yet another work week. Happy Thursday to you. I'm Fox 26 meteorologist Ramisha Shade. Of course, we're into the very last month of our 2023 hurricane season, but we are still going to be here with you, updating you daily on what's happening, because whether it's the beginning, the middle, or the end of the season, there's always still the risk that we could have tropical systems out there trying to mess with us. Fortunately, things are quiet in the tropics for us for now, and we only have less than a month left in our hurricane season. It has been a fairly busy season elsewhere, and not necessarily here, but we've gone past that peak of hurricane season, which was back in September. We've made it through all of October, and we are now in the first few days of November with the end in sight, coming up on November 30th. We still have one or two systems out there that we are closely monitoring, so let me go ahead and get right to it. There's good news though with Invest 97L still in the Central Caribbean. Of course, it started off with a high chance that it would develop into a tropical depression, tropical storm, or hurricane earlier this week, but it's kind of encountered some issues out there, and actually the environment not really that favorable for this to blow up into a big tropical system. So now it's just down to a 20% chance for any sort of tropical development before it would likely make landfall in Central America over the next couple of days. But here it is, a fairly disorganized area of showers and storms, basically just to the south of Jamaica. So some of this heavy rain, some of those outer rain bands could clip portions of Jamaica over the next 24 hours, although I don't see any really heavy rain over Jamaica now, but there is that chance as we go through the next day or so. So that may impact some people's vacation plans or folks that live there, but for now, not a ton of rain showing up there, but I do think there will be a better chance for some heavy rainfall for parts of Central America as we go into this weekend, especially late Friday, Saturday, and maybe even parts of Sunday. This system is basically drifting to the west. It's expected to kind of shift to the southwest as we go into the next few days, and there is that just low 20% chance for development over the next few days and over the next 7 days. So there's still a chance this could become tropical depression or tropical storm events, but the chance much lower than it was just a few days ago. So we are going to continue to monitor this. It is going to push into the Western Caribbean and likely late Friday into Saturday, push right into Central America, likely bringing some heavy rain to parts of Nicaragua and maybe over towards parts of El Salvador. Here are the official computer forecast models taking Invest 97L, all of them at this point, into Central America. So earlier this week we were thinking maybe there's a slim shot it could veer to the northwest and maybe clip the Yucatan Peninsula and maybe go into the southwestern Gulf. Well, that's not happening, and that's good news for us. We don't want anything brewing in the Gulf, but folks in Central America, of course, just had to deal with heavy rain from Tropical Storm Pilar that kind of brushed by and then moved in the opposite direction. And now we've got Invest 97L that will likely bring some heavy rain over the next couple of days. So big rain producer, maybe some flooding with this, but it should stay out of the Gulf of Mexico and it should be over Central America over the next few days. Now switching to the Eastern Pacific, here is Tropical Storm Pilar. Of course, this was very close to making landfall right around the coast of El Salvador earlier this week. It was moving east. Now it's moving west. So it was bringing some heavy rain to parts of Central America, but now it is tracking back to the west in the opposite direction. So all of that rainfall starting to move away. So impacts from Tropical Storm Pilar starting to subside across Central America. At this point, it is a little stronger. Maximum sustained winds at 60 miles per hour, movement to the west at 16 miles per hour. So it is booking it out to the west, and pressure down to 998 millibars. So here is the track. It's actually going to maintain that strength pretty good over the next several days. In fact, by Monday, still around 50 miles per hour, a little bit weaker by Tuesday, but overall it is moving away from Mexico and from Central America, so I don't expect too many impacts from Pilar. Those are the two systems that we are monitoring at this point. Switching back over to the Atlantic Basin, of course, we're still monitoring the system in the Central Caribbean. Only a low chance it would happen, but if it did get a name, it would be Vent, and then we'd be left with a final name on our list for the 2023 hurricane season for the Atlantic Basin, and that would be Whitney. You may be thinking there's probably not going to be any more tropical systems out there, but there could still be, even though we're closer to the end of our hurricane season, we've still got very warm water temperatures out there. Check it out. These sea surface temps, 85 degrees, 86, 87 in the central Gulf, 84 in the northwestern Gulf, just south of us here in Houston. So we have very warm water temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. We've still got that reading of 90 degrees close to the southern coast of Florida. So definitely very warm water out here. So the chances that we will get more tropical cyclones developing still on the low side, since we are getting close to the end of hurricane season, but we can't say that it's a 0% chance. It's a low, but we still have to watch it. So keep checking back here daily. We'll have these updates for you shortly after 4 p.m. every afternoon. Also, make sure to grab our Fox 26 weather app. Of course, you can find all things weather related on there, including your local forecast, your tropical update, anything you need, I'm sure you can find. Just head to the App Store, search for Fox 26, and make sure you have that downloaded on your phone. Well, that will do it for this Thursday. That's your tropical update for today. I'm Fox 26 meteorologist Ramisha Shade. Enjoy the rest of your evening.